Hello and welcome. I'm joined by Alf Kare Adnanes, Regional Manager at ABB. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And ABB is celebrating 20 years in the marine industry. It's a long time. What kind of learnings can you share with us about your time in the industry?
Yeah, we have actually now entering into 20 years in the Chinese maritime industry. Of course, globally we have been longer, but 20 years in China. And I would say what has impressed me a lot with the Chinese market, the Chinese stakeholders like ship owners, shipyards, designers, from the very, very beginning, they all have been so eager to use the latest of technologies, latest of solutions. So kind of skipping over all the steps that other shipbuilding nations have been doing, go straight into the advanced vessels. So even back in 2003, I think it was, we signed our first contract in China for Yantai Dalian railway ferry, completely equipped with the full electric propulsion, with our RC pod propulsion system, the latest technology that was available for the first project being sold in China. That was a kind of a new experience for me. And later on, the RC pod has been so popular in China, so back in 2011, we opened our own factory here in Shanghai to build RC pod for the Chinese market because the demand was so big. Bigger than anywhere else in the world for these smaller RC pods. So we set up a factory in Lingang in Shanghai and started to produce there. Now we have produced more than 200 units already, and now we are also exporting to Europe. So it has been a fantastic success for us to be a part of this cluster, maritime cluster as I call it, in Shanghai. And yeah, we have been working with shipyards and ship owners and designers throughout all these years, and we feel very welcome into this maritime cluster. I think we are a valuable partner and a valuable participant among the other stakeholders in this Chinese maritime industry. And one key learning I would like to share is that in order to get success in this market, you need to have a very strong local organization. So since we started in 2003, our marine business here, we have grown to more than 270 full-time professionals dedicated only for marine ports in China. And that comes in addition to the now 15,000 people that we have in total in China, producing equipment and products and solutions that we are embedding in our solutions to the marine market. So we have learned a lot, China has grown a lot, and I'm very happy to be a part of this one since the very, very beginning in 2003.
Great. And something that ABB prides itself on is the level of support provided to shipyards and ship owners with high-end green vessels. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, as I just mentioned, our first project here with the Yantai Dalian railway ferry, that was the top of the line, most energy efficient solutions that was available back 20 years ago. And from there, throughout the years, our solutions has been developing, and we have been entering into different, more advanced maybe, and more energy efficient, more environmental friendly solutions in China. Should I mention some highlights? I could maybe mention this Adora Magic City, the cruise liner that has been built at the Weigachao shipyard and soon to be handed over to the owner. Fully equipped with the top of the line latest technology in RC pod propulsion and electric propulsion in order to improve the energy efficiency and also to improve the comfort of the passengers on board. So, and in addition to that, we all have also been working together with Chinese shipyards, offering vessels to the European overseas owners. Some of these owners in Europe, they are very demanding on this carbon emission and energy efficiency. I could mention ferries, like the P&O ferries, we have Viking Line ferries, and wind turbine installation vessels, Farnode, Havfram. They are also equipped with the latest solutions to minimize the carbon footprint. And for the latest vessels, also integrating energy storage, batteries, to make it one step further more efficient. And there I think we have had a good partnership both with our Chinese partners in the shipbuilding and with the European ship owners in order to define these new standards of higher level of carbon reduction. Yeah.
And it looks like decarbonization will continue to be a driving factor for business in the future. Do you have any forecasts you can share with us?
Thank you very much for that question. That is something everybody asks themselves and others about. It's very tricky to forecast what will happen, and especially in this kind of environment now with this decarbonization, where it's quite a lot of uncertainties and nobody really actually knows what will happen in terms of the regulations, what kind of fuels will be available, what kind of technologies will be available. But one thing that I think is a quite good and broad consensus about in the maritime industry is that there is not one solution for everything in the future. There will be multiple fuels, there will be multiple technologies and multiple way of putting these technologies together, depending on what kind of ship you have, what kind of operations you are into, and also what kind of area, what region or country you're operating in, because the framework will be different across the globe. So there's not one solution, there will be multiple solutions with multiple alternatives. And that makes the picture a little bit more complicated, because in order to meet these new requirements that will come the next 10, 20 years, the decisions need to be made the next 5 to 10 years. So it is quite a big urgency for the ship owners and ship designers and shipyards and suppliers like us to make the right decision now in order to be able to survive the next 10, 20 years, because the rules will be stricter. And with all these uncertainties, our recommendations to the stakeholders in this industry is to, when you make decisions today, you should try to future-proof your solution so that you make it ready for new fuels, new regulations, new technologies to more easily integrate and adapt and retrofit and upgrade the installation rather than to scrap the whole vessel and build a new after 10, 15 years. And I believe that the industry or the part of the industry that ABB is into, the electric propulsion, we are doing electric and hybrid propulsion. That is a good backbone to integrate new energy sources and new technologies. As long as we have an electrical infrastructure or a backbone in the energy transition in the vessel, it is more easy to plug in new technologies and to change parts of the system rather than scrap the whole thing.
Well said. Thank you so much for your insight today. Enjoy the rest of Marintec.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.